What's going on? This is your boy JDR.
And I'm Rachel Rogers.
With your relationship tip of the week.
Today we're going to talk about the users. Do you have any friends that use you?
No.
How do you know if you're being used?
Well, first of all, I think one of the key things is if you're the only one making all the sacrifices. I mean, if you find yourself in a relationship where you're continually sacrificing, but that particular friend never seems to sacrifice anything, you might be being used.
That's true. That's true.
Anything else?
I would say lack of consideration.
Ooh.
That's a big one for me.
So what do you mean consideration? I mean,
when you're considering someone, you're thinking about their feelings, their needs besides yourself. Mm-hmm. Like if I have a friend and she's always calling me like, you want to go do this, you want to go do that. And I say to her, well, I have this going on. Mm-hmm. You know, oh, it's not going to take that long. And then when we go out, it's taking much longer or double the time that she said. And she's not making any mention about my apologies. I'm so sorry. I didn't feel like this was going to come up. And that's not just one incident, but it happens over and over and over again.
So is it her fault at this point? Does it become yours?
I mean, certainly I'm in control of me. Mm. But as a friend, sometimes it's almost like a mask. Like you can easily get pulled into that. Unless, of course, you draw the line and say something about it. But many times people are in the situation where they've been in this friendship and it becomes lopsided because no consideration is being given. Mm-hmm. I mean, can you think of another one?
Well, what about selfishness?
I think selfishness ties into
that consideration one.
Consideration as well as sacrifice.
Because I think when I think of selfishness, I'm normally thinking about everything benefits them.
Right.
It hardly ever benefits you.
Right.
And so when you have a friend that when you assess your relationship, you realize that, man, everything that I do, they benefit from, and I'm getting nothing out of this.
That's right. And you give and give and give. And I heard that quote, you teach people how to treat you.
Oh, definitely.
And sometimes you can give and give so much, but that person now becomes accustomed to you being the giver mm-hmm. and them being the taker and hence the user. Mm-hmm. And when I think about the tip that I want to share with you guys, I think about the story that's in the movie Love Jones. Some of you may have seen Love Jones, one of my favorite movies. And, Nia Long is in it, Lorenz Tate. And
why'd you smile when you said
because he's a little cutie pie. He still is, and it's all good. I still love you. But we can do that. It's completely fine. We're secure, right?
She ain't prettier than you.
Okay, let's get back to what we're talking about.
Oh, you're bad.
And so basically, she's in this relationship with Lorenz, and old boy shows up. Old boy being the ex-boyfriend.
Who, her ex-boyfriend?
Nia Long's ex-boyfriend. And of course, it's like, I guess she's kind of holding on to that glimmer of, oh, wait a minute, maybe we can kind of recapture what we had.
So she just leave Lorenz Tate in
Well, what happened was her ex-boyfriend was in New York, and when he came or hollered at her, she ended up leaving. And it was really sad, like they broke up. Her and Lorenz Tate broke up. And so she went back to New York on the hopes of things would be okay.
With the ex.
With the ex. Well, as you would know it, things went right back to normal. Those same behaviors that she had in that relationship, whether it be lack of sacrifice, lack of consideration, or selfishness, those same behaviors came back. And so she was ready to bail. Like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And he was like, how could you give up on this relationship? We've been together for 5 years. And she said something that was so profound to me. She said, and that's all it's been. It's 5 years. That is a powerful statement. And that leads to the tip of, you have to choose quality over quantity. Mm. Yes, it hurts because that's an investment. That's an investment of time. But think about how much more it's going to take away from you emotionally if the quality of the relationship is not there and you continue with the relationship.
Well, guys, look, this was your tip of the week. If you like it, hit that like button, share it, and leave us a comment. If you've dealt with a friend that you think is using you, or for a fact you had a friend using you and you had dealt with that, let us know how you felt about that, and we'll respond back to you. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RRC Group 2. And look, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll be listed somewhere on this video. And remember this, you were built to win.
So no excuses.
And until next week, peace.
Have a good one.